السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Our lesson today inshallah inverse variation. We took last session direct variation. Today inshallah inverse. At first we will recognize the inverse variation. What's the meaning of the inverse variation? Find the constant of variation. Number three, apply the inverse variation in the real life. We say that y varies inversely as x if y, right, the sign of varies inversely 1 over x. That's the difference between direct and inversely. We use what we write y varies inversely 1 over x. 1 over x, not x. If we write y varies as x, this is direct. But today, inshallah, inverse, we will write the sign 1 over x, 1 over x. And we said last session, cancel this sign and put equals m. Then y equals m over x. Then y equals m over x, not y equals mx, as in the direct variation, such that m is the constant of variation. And if we have two values of y and two values of x, we will write y1 over y2 equals x2 over x1. But in direct, y1 over y2 equals x1 over x2. The value of y increase, then the value of x will increase. But here, if one of them increase, then the other decrease. Also, we can say that y varies directly as 1 over x. From this y, the sign 1 over x, it means, or we can read it as y varies directly as 1 over x. For example, if y varies inversely as 1 over x and y equals 6 at x equals 2, find the relation between y and x and the value of y when x equals 6. At the first, we have y direct inversely as 1 over x, then y equals cancel the sign and put equals m. Y equals m over x, and this is the relation between y and x. How can I find the m, which is the constant of variation? We have in the given two values, value of y and value of x. Value of y and the corresponding value of y, x equals 2. Put y equals 6 and x equals 2, then m equals 12. 2 times 6 equals 12. This is the relation between y and x equals y equals 12 divided x. 12 divided x. This is the relation between x and y. He asked me for find the value of y when x equals 6, then put x equals 6. Direct substitution, then y equals 12 divided 6 equals 2. Example number 2. If y varies inversely x power 2, we will write it y varies 1 over x power 2. 1 over x power 2. This is inverse variation, not direct. And we have y equals 6 and x equals 4. Find y when x equals 12. Find y when x equals 12. By writing the same steps, y will be equals, cancel the sign and put equals m. Y equals m over x power 2. Then we can complete here by cancel the sign and put equals m, and find write the value of y and the value of x and write the relation. Also, we can use y1 divided y2 equals x2 power 2 divided x1 power 2. Power 2 because x here power 2, not x. If I have y varies inversely 1 over x, then y1 divided y2 equals x2 divided x1. But here we have x power 2, then y1 divided by y2 equals x2 power 2 divided x1 power 2. Y1 equals 6, x1 equals 4. x2 equals 12, y2, I want to find y2, is the required direct substitution. 6 divided y2 equals x2 4, x2 x2 equals, sorry, x1, y1 equals x1, x1 4, 4 power 2 equals 16, x2 equals 12, 12 over 2 equals 144. By using cross multiplications, y2 equals 6 times 16 divided by 144, then y2 equals 2 over 3. Remark: as we took indirect, how can we use that y varies directly with x? By the same way, how to prove y varies inversely with x? We have to prove that y equals constant divided by x. Constant divided by x. In the direct, y equals mx, m times the constant. But the inverse here, we must prove that y equals m divided by x, m divided by x. Example 3, if x4 y2 minus 14 x power 2y equals negative 49, prove that y varies inversely as x power 2. The first step here, I will transform negative 49 to the other side with negative sign. Then we have x power 4 y power 2 minus 14 x power 2y plus 49 equals 0. We notice that this is trinomial is perfect square. Then we can factorize it as open bracket, right bracket power 2, write the root of the first term, which is x power 2y, root is the first term, root x power 4 it will be x power 2, root y power 2 will be y, write the sign of the middle, negative negative, and root the third equal 7 all power 2. This bracket equals 0. We have we have bracket power 2 equals 0, then we can write only one of them equals 0, then x power 2y minus 7 equals 0. Transform negative 7 in the other side, then x power 2 equals x power 2y equals 7. Huh? We must prove that y equals constant divided by x power 2. This is the condition to say that y varies inversely with x power 2. Then we can divide both sides by x power 2. Then we have y equals 7 divided by x power 2, and this is the condition to say that y varies inversely as x power 2. Okay, transform negative 45 equals 0. Factorize this trinomial. This is perfect square. How can I know that this trinomial is perfect square? If we take the root to the first, multiply root the third, multiply by 2, root first times root the third times 2, we will get the middle part. We'll get the middle part. Then this trinomial is perfect square. We can factorize it open bracket or power 2, root the first, root the third, and put the sign of the middle. Example 4, if y equals 1 plus b, where b varies inversely as x power 2, b varies inversely as x power 2, and y equals 17 as x equals half, find the relation between x and y, then find the value of y when x equals 2. If y equals 1 plus b, this equation, I will start from b varies inversely as x power 2. We'll start by this part, b varies inversely as x power 2. How can I write this statement? B varies, the sign of varies inversely with 1 over x power 2. B, the sign 1 over x power 2. This is the meaning of b varies inversely as x power 2. Then we cancel this sign and put equals m over x power 2 direct. Then here we have b equals m over x power 2. Okay. At the first, we have y equals 1 plus b. Then we can cancel b and put its value, direct substitution. Because I want to find the relation between x and y, not b and x. Then we can write y equals 1 plus cancel b and put m over x power 2. So at first we use this part to write b equals what? And put it in the relation here between y and b, cancel b, write m over x power 2. Then we find the relation between y and x. Between y and x. But we must find the constant of variation m. We can't write the relation like this. We must find what is the value of m. Value of m equals what? We find the value of m by substitute y equals 17, yes, and x equals 1 over 2 equals half. From the given, he give me the value of y and the corresponding value of x. Write y equals 17, yes, equals 1 plus m over x 1 over 2 all power 2. 1 over 2 all power 2 equals 1 over 4. Write 4 up, denominator of the denominator, write it in the numerator. Then 17 equals 1 plus 4m divided by 1. Then 17 equals 1 plus 4m. Transform 1 in the other side. Then 4m equals 16 divided by 4. Then m equals 4. Write m equals 4 up. Then y equals 1 plus 4 divided x power 2. And this is the relation between y and x. And this is the first part. By using the relation, we can find any value of y if you have the value of x. He asked me to find the value of y when x equals 2. Substitute x equals 2, then y equals 1 plus 4 divided 2 power 2 divided 4. Then y equals 1 plus 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Then y equals 2 when x equals 2. And you can check your answer, put in the relation y equals 2 and x equals 2. The left hand side must be equal to the right hand side. Thank you for listening. We'll complete inshallah next session. Thank you.